This is working, so if you need to change the cameras.
Oh boy. Boys and girls, you lightheaded lily pads. If you're joining me, or if you're just gonna hang out, I appreciate your presence. If you are joining along, find yourself some space. Find yourself something grippy. Maybe take your socks off. Find some water. And find some time. I thought that was Tim coming in. Coming with mommy. Alright. I'm waiting till the water gets here. I'm gonna take a sip and then we'll get into this. Into some mindfulness. All you light-headed lily pads. Yeah, I think we should emote only, hubby. For Bolton. Emote only. He brought me a cup with a picture of myself on it. I was gonna bring it up there. Okay, let's get into some yoga. Alright guys, if you're here with me, join me on your mats. If you don't have a mat, on the floor with some space. We're gonna have our hands at our sides. Eyes will be closed. Taking a few breaths. We always kind of enter this flow at the same pace. We want to be aware of our breath, mindful of our limbs, our body, our movement. Just kind of slow things down. So if you're taking some fast-paced breaths, kind of just take control. Take a few breaths in and out. Maybe bringing your shoulders up and dropping them back down. You're going up and down, go backwards. Rounding our shoulders up. Rounding our neck. Full rotations if you can. Trying to get an entire range of motion here. Being aware of what hurts, what's pinching, what feels good. You've gone both ways with your shoulders and both ways with your neck. We're gonna step open our stance just slightly so we're shoulder width apart. And we're gonna just rotate slightly to the right and the left. We're not turning our bodies. We're just pulling to the right, elongating that left side body. Take a full breath here. Bringing our torso over to the other side. Elongating our right side body. Taking full breaths on each side. When we come over this way, we're gonna alternate our arms. So now, our left arm is pulling us over our right side. Don't go forward. Just find that side body very long. And imagine the imaginary line from your arm going all the way down. Taking a full breath here. Coming up. You can imagine we're going to the other side now. Using our right arm, going all the way, drawing a big crescent over our left side. You should feel a pull. Taking a full breath. Back up. Now we're gonna take our left arm and we're gonna turn with a flat back. Taking a full breath. Being aware, trying to have a full range. We're turning our bodies this time. Then we're gonna turn towards the center. You can release both arms ahead. You have a 90-degree bend. Being in control of our body. Being mindful of our limbs and our breath. Imagine we're gonna go over to the left side now. Flat back. From here, we're gonna drop our hands and our head to what Cobra is basically a forward fold, dropping everything down. So we are in a full fold. Our feet are just shoulder width apart. You should have no weight in your neck, no weight in your arms. They should literally just be falling over. You want to grab your shoulders for some extra leverage, pulling your body just a little bit more towards the ground. That's amazing. We're going to slowly come up. And we're going to put our toes together. Feet will touch and we're going to go into this flow. Toes coming together. Hands at our sides. Going to take a breath. Hands will go up. Exhale. Back down. Next one, we're going to go up and stay. Inhale up. Exhale, stay, and interlace your fingers to have pointer fingers. So we're like guns. We have pointer fingers up. Our hands are interlaced. We're going to bend our body over to the right side again. Coming up. Standing tall and strong. Using that point of our fingers to draw a half circle across the room. You should feel this side body stretch. Coming back up, strong. We're going to exhale, bending our shoulders, bending our elbows, not our shoulders. Inhale high. So it's a goalpost, and then we're going to go hands at heart center. Take a breath here before we forward fold and get into some groundwork. Inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Forward folding at our hips. Our hands should drop. Our heads should drop. Our toes and our heels are touching at this moment. Take a moment here. Maybe lift one of your heels off the floor and extend the other. Feeling a light stretch in your hamstring. We're going to step back into our downward dog. First one of the flow. We're on our mats. Our hands and our heels are driving downwards. You should have no weight in your neck and your head. It should be basically free. What we're going to do is we're going to go into a flat tabletop position from here. Take a breath in your tabletop. Check yourself, check your torso. Pull it down just a little bit if you need to. You should have a flat back. Your shoulders should direct your hands to be right below them. Hands are right below your shoulders. Feet are hips distance apart. We're in a tabletop from here. We're going to go down onto our mats. Untucking our toes. This is going to be our first Cobra. We're going to take a slow breath in and a long exhale out. Our chin is going to go to the ceiling in our Cobra. One big breath in. Exhale, Cobra. I have no clue what the camera can see and can't see, but that's okay. We're driving our our hips down into the mat. Take a breath here, full in and out. Going back into our downward dog. From here, tabletop. We're going to take our right hand. We're going to bring it high. So we're taking a balance now, our first balance pose. We're balancing just with our right arm high. Coming back down onto our mats. Being mindful of our limbs and our breath. We're going to go to the left side directly right now. Taking your right hand. That's your foundation. Your left hand goes up to the ceiling. You can gaze up at your left hand if you're able to. If you're not able to, maybe gaze at something in front of you. Coming back down. Awesome. Let's go into a downward dog. driving our hips all the way up to the ceiling. And we're gonna kick our legs high for our warrior flows on the right side and then onto the left side. Take a breath before we kick high with our right leg. We're gonna step in between, not to the outside. We're gonna step in between our hands. Taking a big breath. Your right leg is gonna go high. Your toes are pointed.
PJD 8469 is now following.
We're going to drive our leg through. Strong. Stepping. Coming up into our warrior. First warrior of the flow. Correct your stance. Back leg should be turned outwards. Front leg should be directly in front of you. Knees should not be over your foot. Arms not have much weight in them. Gaze should be over towards your front hand. Once you've achieved your position and you feel comfortable, take a big breath in. Out. Taking your left arm high. We're remaining in our nice lunge.
McFrap is now following.
Using your inside, your medial knee to provide leverage, looking up at your left hand. You guys got this, we've done this before. Alternating. Your left arm behind your back, your right arm goes up. Gaze is up with it. Trying not to lose that lunge this whole time. Coming back. We're gonna go all the way down onto our mats. So our foot is in between our hands. We're gonna correct our posture. We're also going to bring our right arm up, just like we did last time. This time we're in a lunge. Remember to keep your lunge, that's important. Guys, we've been doing this for months. You guys are amazing. Following along like fucking cadets, you look beautiful. We're gonna kick our right leg up, back into our downward dog. Kicking our right leg up. You guys are doing great. Dropping it down. We're gonna go through the left side, or you wanna do maybe you wanna walk your dog. Alternate your weight from your hips right to your left by bending your knee and lifting the heel. And we're gonna go to the left side now. If you guys are ready with this, we're gonna drink some water after before we continue. Here we go. Take a big breath in. Left leg high. We're not turning our torsos too much. Stepping through. You guys got this. Coming up and adjusting our stance. We're in a deep lunge. Our knees should be directly over our heel. Our back foot turned out. Hands should not have much weight in them. Gaze is directly up. Take a breath. Taking your right arm high. Your left arm is in your medial knee, giving you a nice side body stretch. Alternating. You guys are strong. We've got this. Keep going. Left arm up. Back over. Slowly coming down onto our mat. Correcting our posture. We're going to pick, you guessed it, left arm up to the sky as we are in a left lunge. Good job, guys. Take a breath here. Our hand down. We're going to kick our leg high one last time before we drop it down. Kicking our left leg high. Keeping our hips centered. We're not turning out. Doesn't matter how high your leg goes, just try and keep your posture correct. Dropping it down. From here, we're going to walk our hands to our feet, or our feet to our hands, so we can have a sip of water. But we're going to do that slowly. Slowly coming up. wiggle it out. Where's my water? Water check. Water check. All right. Get back into it. Thank you guys, following along. If you're still with me, join me at the front of our mats. Hands will be at our sides, no weight in our shoulders. Maybe take a few, 2 or 3 low breaths with our eyes closed, recenter ourselves. Get those fidgets out of our fingers. We're gonna take our hands up with a big breath. We're gonna exhale to heart center, and then we're gonna forward fold. Inhale high. Exhale. Heart center. Take another breath in here. Forward fold at the hips. Dropping our shoulders, our neck, our head, our hands. Have a good foundation in your legs right now. Our strength. We're going to continue our flow right now. We're going to go onto the mats with our hands. Our feet will go back into a downward dog. Hips are driving up, heels are driving down. We're going to lightly bend. We've done this last week. We're going to do it again. Newness. We're going to get into a light bend with our knees. So it looks like we are in like a half bear crawl. So from downward dog, lightly bend our knees down. This is the proper position. We're gonna lightly tap our shoulders. I'm doing this just so you guys can see from this angle. I'm gonna get back onto our mats, but this is the move. Doesn't look like much, but when you're in it, it's a nice burner. We're going to do 10 taps each side. Before we get up, take a breath, back down. So we're in a downward dog right here. Take a few slow breaths. I'm gonna count us in. We're gonna go into a light bend with our knees. Lightly bend your knees down now. You should have them in a nice French bend. We're gonna take our right arm and tap left shoulder, and we're going 10 times each side. Go ahead and count at your own pace. 1, 2. They're controlled. You guys got this. Doesn't look like much till you're doing them. I know it burns. I'm feeling it. You're probably feeling it too. Thighs are burning. I'm almost there. Why we took a water sip before we continued. 2 more. Let's go. Good job. Before we get up, downward dog. Driving our hips up and our heels down. Tabletop.
Route 1962 is now following.
Dropping down from our tabletop. Untucking our toes. Cobra. You should be alternating the drive from your hips up in your downward dog, your hips down in your cobra, and you should really feel a good stretch, or at least workout in your lumbar, your lower spine. You're really driving your hips down right now, and then driving them up. Be able to feel it. We're gonna do it again. 10 more taps, and then we're done with this exercise. We've done this. We can do it again. Let's go. Bending our knees down. They're not to touch the mat. We're hovering. And go. You guys are killing it. Slow and controlled. And I was trying to get in from the window outside. Keep it going, guys. We're almost there. Finish strong. Tabletop to Cobra. One more. Correcting your stance, dropping your hips slightly. Untuck your toes, take a breath. Driving our hips down and our chin up. Good job, guys. Go into a child's pose. Pull our hips, driving them back over our toes. Knees will open up. Allow your hands to pull yourself forward, simultaneously using your breath to drop your chest closer to the mat. Maybe take your right arm, drive it under your left armpit. You do that, make sure your gaze is still downwards. You want to engage your muscle properly and not wonk your body over. I don't know why I use the term wonk, but I think it's a proper term. Just want to remember your posture throughout the entire flow. If you choose to do an alternative movement, you want to make sure you're doing it on both sides, not just one side. You don't want to wonk your body. From child's pose, coming back into a tabletop. We'll tuck our toes, find ourselves back in what is a basically push-up position. Downward dog. Oh, I'm sorry. Down onto your mats. Cobra and downward dog. All right, you guys are kicking ass. We're gonna take, from here, we're gonna take our right knee up to our right elbow. These are our mountain climbers, but they're only gonna be 5 each side. So you're in a downward dog, then you go to a tabletop with that one knee coming up to your elbow. You guys got this. 4 more each side. Slow and control. I won't make you do 5 more. These are the only ones. Keep it with me and we're almost out here. You guys got this. 1 more each side. Come on, finish strong. Last one. Nice. Come on up slowly. Get the last bit of your strength. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Woo. Nice job. Slowly come up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Congratulate yourselves. That was different than most. We've done it, I think, once before. That was going crazy out. Take a breath, maybe take a sip of water before we finish with a stretch on our mats. Coming down onto our mats. Sitting without cross-legged with our feet touching. Try and have a straight spine. Straight back. Doesn't matter how far down you go or how close your feet are to your body. It matters the alignment of yourself. So your feet can be all the way out here if you feel comfortable. You need to have a straight spine, no weight in your shoulders. Slow your breathing down here. We're going to take our feet out in front of us, wiggle them out, get all that leftover energy out. We're going to take our right, cross it over, using our left elbow We're twisting our torso to the right. I'll say it again. Right leg over your left leg is straight. Left arm, using your knee as leverage. Pulling torso towards the right. Feel a good stretch. Back, alternate. Left leg over your right elbow onto your left knee. Pulling your torso to the left. Feel good after the light workout we did. Nice flow. Did it with some mountain climbers. Take a breath here before we find ourselves all the way on our mats. All the way down. Take a moment. Arms at your sides. Before we end with the last two stretches, I want to say thank you. Everybody say thank you to your own body. Be appreciative for what it's done. Being selfish with your time for the last 25-ish minutes. Your right leg up, all the way up to your chest. And all the way over. Using your arm for leverage on the right side. Full breath in and out. Back up one last time. Stretching it out. Taking that left leg high. Aligning it straight up, not turning it left or right. Hugging it as close to your chest as you can. Pulling that leg over your side body. A few breaths. This is our last stretch. Bring back. One last hug. Get out. Before we get up, take a breath or 2 or 5 or 10. You guys did phenomenal this time, as always. I appreciate you guys, all my lightheaded lily pads. Thank you for another Saturday. This one was a little bit scuffed, but we'll figure it out for the next week. But I hope you all had a great morning stretch. Big hug, virtual hug to everybody that joined. You come up slowly. Don't jump up like Tim likes to do. Does like a full on. No. What's your problem? She's like, there's no toys in here. There's a sock. Can I have your socks? Your socks, Mom. Your socks. No. Hi. Hi. Can I say hi to now?